Whenever I see Foodie Beauty now, I can't help but think of the song "The Tide Is High" by Blondie. Her sugar's high, but she's holding on. Bees in insulin like she's A type 1. She's not the kind of girl who gives up just like that. Oh, wait, she is. Hello, everyone. It's James here. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Today, we're going to be reacting to the woman whose blood sugar is higher than the amount of gigawatts required to power TikTok filters in Kuwait. Didn't know why that was relevant. We're reacting to Foodie Beauty. She's been hospital, bless her. I was in a Kuwait hospital for diabetes complications. Oh dear, how sad. Never mind. So she's got a new intro. I'm not going to play the music. This is her real face, apparently. And we're just going to play her real face for a minute. She's using a new theme tune. It's Sonne by Ramstein, but like a sped up version, and just the like little that one, that little bit there. I don't know why she's chosen a German heavy metal band as her new theme tune. I mean, I guess, she's heavy, she's made of metal. I don't know. It's that kind of jiggery pokery. Okay, so I muted the Ramstein stuff, obviously, because I don't want another copyright strike. Please forgive me, YouTube. Let me access memberships. Um, so here we are. Let's go.
So, behind me I have some roses and a cat. Can't get any better than that. Oh yeah, and my plaque. So, what I have for you...
Where'd you get your plaque from? I got this from Gary YouTube. 1,000 subscribers. I didn't make it. It's from YouTube, and I'm dying on that hill.
You are just some random clips that I took, very few clips
Oh
from the
boy.
clinic. Uh,
Oh, I tell you what, she's looking hale and healthy here, isn't she? She got the makeup on, she got the mascara, she got the rouge here. Oh, she looks fabulous, darling. And I can only see two or three chins, so yeah, we're doing well.
from the hospital, mostly the food, but a bit of the surrounding. And on the way to the clinic, we stopped and we saw some date trees. Being from Canada, I've only seen...
Wow, that is so utterly relevant to her going to the hospital. It's another Grandpa Simpson story, wasn't it? Yeah. I went up a mountain top in 1918 and I fell to my death. But people were made tougher in those days, though. I was jitterbugging that very night. That's the kind of thing she does. She goes off on these strange tangents. I'd never do that.
dates in the trees at the park, and they were covered in some netting, but you can actually see the actual dates here. And
Wow.
unripened dates, they are eaten here, and they're called bala. And
Well, darling, you talk a load of bala. So I guess, maybe it is relevant to the video.
when they're ripened, they become brown and wrinkly, like we all know. And when
Ah,
they're
yeah, I know the feeling.
unripened, they're sweet and they taste kind of date-ish, like date-like.
Wow,
But
that's amazing. Did you know that dates taste like dates? She's such a foodie. Like, it's incredible, really. I had some basil pesto yesterday, and it tasted like basil. I know, I know, I know. It's hard to believe, isn't it? But yeah, when I tasted it, I thought, wow, this really tastes like basil. It's amazing.
they're juicy. I actually like them raw. as well. So,
Dirty cow.
so this is current present time, how I'm talking to you right now.
Right.
As you can see, I have my makeup
Well,
back.
you're not coming to us from the future then? That's amazing, that.
I'm back on camera. I'm feeling well. I'm feeling healthier.
Are you?
And that is
Alright,
probably
darling.
because the medications are working, the antibiotics. I had a pretty bad kidney
Ah, the antibiotics are working, but the insulin isn't, is it? Well, saying that, she's on a slow release insulin, and she took her blood sugar after eating before the 2 hour period, and she was surprised to learn that her blood sugar was higher after taking the insulin just after she'd eaten, which you would think that if she'd gotten any diabetes education from the place that she went to, the hospital or whatever, she would know to actually test her blood sugar 2 hours after she's eaten. But then again, she was diagnosed as diabetic in Canada, right? So surely she would have been given education in Canada, so she would know how to eat properly and how to test her blood sugars and how to dispose your needles appropriately in a sharps bin rather than leaving a poor garbage person to possibly get stung by one of her open used needles. That's kind of what gets me, is that she just has absolutely no care for anyone else. And she doesn't even care for herself, really, does she? Because, you know, we can see that manifest in how she acts when she's not well. And obviously she's still unwell because she's got a ton of things wrong with her. And most of them are never going to go away. I imagine the kidney infection's not going to go away either. I reckon she's just going to keep her blood sugar level so high through all of the bad food choices that she makes that, yeah, the kidney infection is just going to ravage her. And I know a few people in the comments have been saying that she's very likely to go on dialysis, and that is a very real possibility for her. And she should be terrified by that, but she really isn't. Instead, she's talking to us about unripe dates and how they're really sweet. The last thing you want to eat is something sweet, my darling. The last thing you want to eat. But Foodie is as Foodie does.
infection. For those of you who are not aware of what happened, I had a pretty bad kidney infection. I did have one not even a month ago. I think what happened was it never fully resolved. That's maybe also
Makes
the
sense.
doctor said that could have happened as well. And also just that my blood sugars have been really high. So there's three things I'm really trying to fix. Number one being the infection,
Being a food addict. Oh no, is that not, you don't want to fix that? No.
because that can cause your blood sugars to remain elevated. My blood sugars are fluctuating, like they go lower, they go high, and they usually are pretty high right now.
That's due to your lifestyle and how you eat. Like, I know you had lentil soup, but you also had bread and cheese as well. And the bread is going to spike your blood sugar because it was white bread by the look of it to me. The cheese has a lot of fat in it and a lot of salt in it. And while fat doesn't spike your blood sugar, it does keep your blood sugar high if you combine it with carbohydrates, because fat slows down your digestion, thus making your body work for longer to process everything. And thus, your pancreas will have to work harder to produce more insulin. And as we know, she's gotten to the point where she has to have external insulin injected into her, which she has to do herself. And I don't think she understands how frightening a concept that is to all of us, because she's not going to do it right. She injected insulin on her live yesterday, and she did no kind of sterilization of her body, of her hands, And yeah, it's genuinely frightening to me. And that's why I lost my patience in the last video, because she's just doing everything wrong and she thinks that she's doing everything correctly. And she has a husband who just seemingly doesn't really care, or she's not allowing him to care. But yeah, I just don't really know what to say to that. It's just I'm kind of aghast, agog, you know. Um, but I'm out of flips, you know. I can't do no somersaults no more, my darling.
Despite state being on my medication and everything else. And so I'm trying to deal with that. I'm trying to deal with the high blood sugar, and I'm also trying to, of course, tackle this weight issue and get on a proper diet plan for that. So
Yeah, and you can see that that's very hard for her because she's a food addict and she has no self-control when it comes to what she wants to eat. Um, she even ate a peach yesterday and then tested her blood sugar thinking, oh yeah, it's fine. You know, everything's fine. I mean, she doesn't even know that lentils have both protein and carbohydrates in them. She thought that lentils were just a protein. Um, Sorry to say, Foodie, but stuff can have more than one thing in it. You know, like Foodie, you're full of fat and regret. So that's more than one thing, isn't it?
I was put on insulin, and so far it doesn't seem to be very effective, but he put me on a low dose of like 5 units. So I'm injecting myself with that. But
And it's also a slow release insulin, so it takes time to work.
um,
You
I
can
have an
tell.
appointment.
You can tell she's really, really angry right now. I don't know. Whenever I see this rouge on her lips, I can always sense that she's about to blow her top. And yeah, she. You can tell like the eyes are really, really aggravated, aren't they? You can just tell the anger inside of her right now because she has to eat healthily. And I think that's the only reason she's angry. I don't think it's anything to do with the illnesses that she's got or the comorbidities with the diabetes. I genuinely think it's to do with her not being able to scram two large pizzas at a time without consequences. Unfortunately, when you, I know from personal experience, when you ravage your body so much, it can only tolerate so much, and it will start hitting back at you. And it's a do or die situation for our foodie right now, and most of us are hoping do, but some of us are hoping the other.
Later today, and so I'm going to show you the vlog, just the little bits here and there.
Fabulous.
But I first wanted to just come and do an introduction because I didn't shoot one of those, and I
shoot
just
one now.
wanted to let you know how I'm feeling now. So
more than a feeling.
I am down overall since my last weigh-in at the doctor, like November 20th.
Boohickey. I am no 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 no. You have not lost any weight, foodie, and we're going to see that later on in this video. Absolutely.
23, I weighed in at 166, and I'm actually, when I weighed in this time at the same clinic, I'm 150 kgs.
No 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 no. No, no. She reckons she is 150 kg. 150 kg is around about 320 pounds, something like that. I'm just doing the quick math in my head. So for reference, I'm 316 at the time of recording, and even though we have a foot like height difference between us, I refuse to believe that her and I are the same weight. I absolutely not. I refuse to believe that. I categorically refuse to believe this. It's a supposition on her part, and she's like, well, the scales don't lie. And I'm like, well, they must do in Kuwait because that ain't your weight, love. Are you sure we're not talking metric tons? I know, I'm sorry I did a swear. I'm just so annoyed.
But that was, since I went to the clinic, I didn't eat much for the next 3 days after that. But I have started eating again, so I know I'll
Oh,
put on a bit
lovely.
of weight. I'm waiting to for my body to adjust to all the medications, regulate blood sugar, get on a proper blood sugar regulating diet, and yes,
How long's that going to last? I've got a stopwatch on my watch here, and I'm going to start it now. And we'll see how long it takes before she does a mukbang. Like 2 minutes?
I know that's going to mean eliminating a lot more carbs than I've been eating. I do realize that. But
Yep.
again,
And that's why you're so angry right now, because you're basically eliminating all of your favorite foods, which is the beige clan of foods. They're all gone. Bye bye beige foods. Bye bye McDonald's. Bye bye Jollibee. Bye bye Burger King. Bye bye KFC. Bye bye Subway slash sub stop slash sub sandwiches. They're all gone. And if you want to have any chance of living beyond 50, you're going to need to give them up.
higher blood sugars right now are probably mostly related to the infection, is what the
No.
doctor said.
Your higher blood sugar is related to the shite that you put into your gob on the reg. It's not because of your infection. I would say it's probably like 10% due to your infection. The rest of it is the globules of bread and the way you hoover your food up like you're that Teletubby Hoover. What's the Teletubby Hoover's name? You know, the Teletubby Hoover, the one who hoovers up all the tubby custard. Nunu, that's it. She's basically the Nunu of Gaul World, and yeah, she just hoovers up any old food, and I think that's why your blood sugar's high, not because of your kidney infection. You absolute silly sausage.
So I'm going to work with the doctor, come up with a good medicine plan, and then I was given a slip to go to one of the buildings, one of the clinics that are in the hospital, to partake in a diabetes education program.
Ooh, she's gonna partake in it. She's like, "Ooh, just gonna have a little partake of this." I hate it.
Run by like some nurses, I think. So, diabetic nurses. So, I will be excited for that because
I'd love to. I'd love to be in the same class as her, in her diabetes education program, because the nurse will be like, "Well, so you got to cut down on your carbs, love," and then she'll be like, "Actually, you don't need to do that because carbohydrates are vibrational foods. I learned it on the TikTok." And then the nurse will regret ever doing their 4 year degree.
is at this point with my blood sugars not going down, like I thought I was doing okay, like things that I thought were okay are not.
Yeah, she thought the Mr. Beast burger and fries, and the double whopper and fries, and the spaghetti and rice, and the breaded chicken, and the toasted wraps, Cheeto wraps and fries, and the chicken majboos, and the jurish, and the cookies, and the Subway slash sub stop slash sub sandwiches were all right, and you get the idea.
It just depends. So I have to really, you know, put more work into it, even more, because
Oh, bless you.
this time I need to get on the right track and I need to get healthy, and that's what my focus in my life has to be right now. Or else there's not really going to be much else to focus on with
Yeah.
how sick I've been. You've seen, like,
Tell us about it next week when you start doing your mukbangs again, love.
my content and stuff. Like, I don't do much, and it makes it worse that it's so hot outside. Like, to do any major thing.
You live in an air-conditioned apartment. You can do your exercises indoors. You can just like walk on the spot for 5 minutes of every hour. That would actually get you moving. You wouldn't need to do that much, really. And if you're having issues with your mobility, which you clearly are, because we saw you out walking in Kuwait on the beachfront, you can just do sit down exercises. You don't even need to get up. Like, you can sit in this crusty gamer chair and just be like, just do that, just do this, and literally you're doing an upper arm workout for like 5-10 minutes at a time, and the weight will probably fall off of her, even through simple movements like that, because she is not doing any movement at all, really, is she? She's a big fan of the seal position. She'd love to be a walrus off the coast of Nova Scotia, I imagine, just laying there, just like, can somebody get me a fish? I love fish. Something like that.
I'm gonna have to wait till I'm healthier, and I'm gonna have to wait till it's a bit colder out, guys, because it's unbearable for me, especially with my health issues. But we will still go.
They have gyms in Kuwait. She could go to an air-conditioned gym. She could walk about indoors in Kuwait, like in her apartment, as I say. She can do, like, I know she can't do a flight of stairs at the moment, but she could actually go to the very bottom of the stairs in her apartment block and just do the first two steps over and over again. Now, I know that's going to look a bit weird when other people are walking past, but it's something. And what she needs to do is something, and she needs to do something urgently, because she's got so many things wrong with her. Like I say, it's the clock do be ticking, Foodie. It do be ticking.
Maybe grab a coffee. There's so many things you can do indoors here as well, as I've said many times.
Wow.
So, all that being
You
said,
can't do anything
that's all
indoors
I
in the
want to say.
UK.
So,
There are no
anyways,
roofs.
that's it for now. I
Thank you
hope
so
you
much.
enjoy this, and
No.
I'll keep you guys updated as things develop, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye. Whoa. Um. Um. it- right. Look, I'm going to choose my words carefully. Have you ever seen the film Charlie and the No, no, I'm not going to go there. Um, right. So this is the same person who takes the Mickey out of Kalari for her weight, and this is not somebody. This is not somebody who is 320 pounds. Absolutely, categorically, no. You are not 320 pounds. I know you're very short. She's only 5'1", but even at 5'1", I don't think you would look like this at 320 pounds. She has no business telling people. She has no business fat shaming other people. Um, she's just a vindictive, projecting cow who seems to think that filters are real life to her. And I was touching on this with Kalari last night actually in Pulpy Syntax's stream. Her and I have both been at the £500 mark, and this is what £500 looks like because we've both been there. And you can't tell me as somebody who's been there, who's been over at the £500 mark. No, that's not £300. That's 500. Absolutely. And I'm not gonna argue with her about it. She is £500. At the very least, she is over 450. I can see that from just this shot here. Like the arms especially. This like my arms used to be like that at 500, and now they're like this. A little bit of bingo wings, but can't help that when you lose over 170 pounds. Again, it just makes me angry, because there are so many of us working hard to lose weight and to keep off the weight that we've already lost, and she sat there like a engorged blueberry. Just it is really frustrating. And like I say, she has absolutely no business telling other people they're fat when she's probably twice the size of most Gore World reactors. My God. Gunt spreading. Watch out. Somebody in the seat next to you there. Watch out. Salah, this is so unflattering. Why haven't you turned the filters on? Or are the filters working? Imagine if this was filters. Good lord. Okay, so she's monetizing her illness. Fantastic. That's a lovely cup. That's not. That's the most. That's a cake. That's not a biscuit. Look, Americans and Canadians are probably going to come at me and be like, "Yeah, this is the biscuit. Oh my god!" But that looks like a cake to me. Wow, that's a very cakey biscuit. The view from my bed. Wow, amazing. Vegetable soup, broth, low-fat yogurt, red grapes, beet salad, chicken breast, rice and green peas. Well, that actually looks really nice. Well, the chicken looks dry as anything, but hospital food, what can you do? I imagine she ate the whole thing. I can't really see her not eating rice because she loves the rice. She probably thought, well, where's the rest of it? Because this to her isn't a portion of rice, and that probably is a handful of rice after it's been cooked. So, appropriate portion sizes here, but she'll probably ask the nurse for second and third helpings. Yogurt. Foodie not eating vegetables? Well, I never. Ah, there she is. Drained of all the fluid. The diuretic's working very well. Well, the filter's working very well.
Well, hello guys, hello.
Hello.
So we came all the way to the appointment in the morning because there was.
So CPAP marks here. I wonder how long they've been there for. I use a CPAP machine, and my CPAP marks disappear quite quickly. So I have obviously they're in my beard, so I try and comb my beard down every morning to actually get rid of the indentations from the CPAP marks there. And then I've got the CPAP marks here, which normally go quite quickly. But I do wonder, because she has a lot of fluid retention and she does get indents in her face, I do wonder how long those marks have been there for.
Wasn't like a specified time on the paper. And so apparently we have to come after 2 at this specific clinic. So I'll find out more after. I'm gonna this is like just a mix of clips I took along my little journey of being sick.
A little sick journey.
We have to nail this. We have to get this all under control. But yeah, I'm taking my health seriously for those concerns.
For how long? What are we saying, a week? Less than a week? How long was it last time? It was about like 2 or 3 days before she got the massive amount of rice out.
Concerned about that. So yeah, just stay tuned. Just be patient. I have to be patient as well, and we will see. Like I have, you know, a slip to get some diabetes education, so I'm going to be signing up for that. I have.
Do you reckon she's going to try and video the diabetes education? And she'll be too busy videoing, she won't even know what's happening in the class.
This appointment, I'm going to be being followed by doctors and everything, so don't worry. We will figure this out. It's, yeah, frustrating, but...
You're frustrating.
Anyway, so that is that, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Alright, see you later. Take care,
but
bye.
Overall, I would say the experience, you know,
just gonna keep talking.
The Kuwait hospitals are very good. Very, very good. I had a good experience. I don't know. Just good. I guess I don't know what you call it, sir.
I love her extensive adjective vocabulary. I think her vocabulary is really, 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 really good.
Service from the nurses, the doctors, the staff, all that stuff. So I feel like
fabulous
I'm
Western service.
Well taken care of, and I can keep.
She's going to go on TripAdvisor. Fabulous Western service. Oh, it was just like being in the Western world. But now I don't live in the white bread world anymore. I think the service here is top notch, especially for a Middle Eastern country. I wasn't expecting the Western service. Oh no, I was expecting some kind of Middle Eastern service, you know. But I thought, well, I'll give it a try, even though, you know, I'm not in the Western world anymore. So I thought I'd see what the Middle Eastern version of Western service is like. And you know what? It was actually really good. The service was absolutely top notch, and it only cost me an arm and a leg. Oh.
Seeing different doctors if I need to. Like, I don't feel as worried about it. I feel like I can relax a bit knowing that I do have access to healthcare here. That was something I was worried about, you know, just like it just being very crazy and very expensive and just everything. So I'm just really relieved about that part, and I'll keep you guys updated. I know I wasn't going to talk about health, but that's like going to be my whole life right now, is trying to figure this out, get my blood sugars under control, get this infection gone, because that's affecting the blood sugars majorly. The doctor did say that. And, you know, I need to figure it out for sure, because, you know...
What's the meaning of life? It's certainly not eating copious amounts of burgers and ruining your kidneys and pancreas.
It just has to happen. So anyways, okay, so we are going to come back in the afternoon, and I'll do another vlog. So stay tuned. Bye!
Oh, right, you really ended that time. Cool. Yeah, so that was Foodie and her adventures in the hospital. And I have to say, yes, it all looks thoroughly Western, and the service was absolutely Western. And John Wayne came by and said, "Do you want a cup of tea?" And Foodie was like, "I want rice." And yeah, so that's the end of that chapter. Video's a little early today because I've got a singing lesson today. Ooh, yeah. I'm going to sing. I'm gonna be a big star. I'm gonna go on Broadway and sing about cheese. Anyway, you take care, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.